What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today is the epoxy video. We're back down at the house. I ended up bringing the street car down with me. Next week we're probably going to bring the Audi, and then we'll bring the drift car, or we'll bring the drift car next week, whatever. But either way, we're doing the flooring today. That way next week we'll be ready to park things here in the garage. So let me give you a quick refresh on what we've been doing and what we're going to be using today. So we have our new 3.5 car garage here. We have a 2-car door, a single door with an extension that runs down the house. It's about 30 feet going down the side on this bay. And overall, it is 700 square feet in here. And today we are going to be epoxying the floor. We are going to be using the ArmorPoxy 100% solids epoxy coating kit. And it is a, I guess, 3-part kit. So the first part was etching the floor using an etch concentrate that comes with the kit. So we have our brand new concrete here last week. And then in the last video at the end, you saw me do the etch process where we basically wash it down with the etch, we scrub it in with the brush, and then we let it dry and we sweep everything out. The second step will be putting down the epoxy base coat and the chips. That's what we're gonna be doing today. And then tomorrow, we're gonna be doing the top coat. So it seems like a pretty intense process, but I'm sure Morgan and I can handle it today. We got good temperatures out here, and I feel like it'll be pretty ideal for laying down this top coat. So to get started, a couple things to know. It's a two parts A to 1 part B. So in this container, they have your part A and your part B bottles. And we went with the medium gray kit. And basically what you do is, since we have 700 square feet, we had to order a kit and a half. So we have another kit down there. But what we'll be doing is mixing together both parts A. That way we have uniform color throughout, just in case they came from different batches. And then we'll be mixing in 1 part of B, which is the hardener. And then that's pretty much where we need to get started and get rolling. So our first plan of attack, I finished the accent wall last night in black. That came out looking good, pretty happy with it. And what our first step is going to be is cutting in and doing the concrete that runs up the wall. So basically you could see on the drywall walls, there's a little bit of concrete that goes up around a couple inches. So we're gonna be doing all that and then coming out to like have it be cut in. And then over here where it's brick and then the concrete, we're gonna go down to the last brick. And we're basically gonna follow a line along the last brick. That's why, obviously you still see white there. So we're gonna follow a line along the bottom of the last brick, and then we're gonna follow that around through the inside here. So I gotta get these storm shutters relocated because they will be stored right here. That's why they give us these ties to hold them up against the wall. So that'll be their home. But otherwise, I'm just gonna clean up after last night, get these things out of here. I'm gonna sweep the garage one more time, and then I'm gonna start laying out everything that we have to work with from the ArmorPoxy kit. So this video is gonna start today, and it will run into tomorrow. That way when we leave here, by the end of this video, we are gonna have a fully epoxy garage floor. I will say they give you a ton of chips. This is only one of the bags. Ton of chips. And this is 6 pounds worth of chips. I don't wanna go that heavy on the chips, personally. I think I mainly just wanted the gray floor, but I'm gonna throw a couple of the chips in there as an accent, only because I don't wanna like lose something on the floor, you know what I mean? So like, if you drop a bolt and you're trying to find it within the chips, I just want like a light sprinkle of the chips. So tomorrow we will come back, we'll sweep off any of the chips that didn't stick in the epoxy, and then we'll hit it with the top coat to finish it off. So I'm gonna get started, I'm gonna stop rambling, and we're gonna get rocking and rolling today. We got a lot to get done. We have 1 gallon of the gray, ½ gallon of the hardener here in a small bucket, and then we have a full gallon of hardener and 2 gallons of gray from the big bucket. So it says to mix your grays together, your base coats, and they can be exposed to the elements. So I'm thinking what we'll do is there's a 3.5 gallon bucket here. I'm trying to think, we either have a 5 gallon bucket or we have the 3.5 gallon bucket. We can match the grays in here, and then we'll have to remeasure them while mixing them with the hardener in here. But this kit literally comes with everything you need, down to the drill mixers, big and small, convenient. It comes with multiple rollers. So we have 2 rollers for the epoxy, 2 rollers for the clear. We have 2 brushes for the epoxy, 2 brushes for the clear, mixing sticks, gloves. It even comes with squeegees if you want to do the squeegee method. I think we're going to stick with the roller method here. And then, like I said, it comes with all the chips and the clear coat. We purchased our own roller handles and extensions, so you will need those. But it also even comes with spike sandals, strap onto your shoes so you can walk around while you're doing it and not have to worry about stepping in the epoxy. But yeah, it's basically a all-in-one kit. I would say just for that matter, it's worth it, because it would definitely add up quick having to buy up all these things. I mean, we even bought one of these before I opened this bucket because I didn't think it came with it. And then I opened the bucket, sure enough, we have everything we need. So if you have rollers and extensions, you're ready to do this. So I'm gonna sweep out the floor. Morgan's taping up the trim, and I guess then it'll be time for us to get started. All right, so we currently have a 1/2 gallon mixed up in here. That was kind of a pain. The rest of our gray is in here all mixed together, both batches. So now we're just gonna put this in the black bucket and then add a 1/4 of a gallon of the hardener in with it. We'll mix that, and then we'll use that as our cut-in paint. All right, here we are. It's the next morning after we got all the epoxy laid, and first step, the epoxy is hard. I can't even push my fingernail into it, so it's definitely hardened. We let it sit all day yesterday with the garage doors open, and then once the temps started going down, I closed the garage doors. We went out last night, so I left the house door open with the HVAC fan running. That way It'll keep air circulating in here and it wouldn't just trap the air in here. And yeah, I mean, it did the job. It looks good too. I'm super happy with it. I'm just gonna keep touching some random spots, but it is rock solid. I can see some spots where like a little bit of texture shows through, but I mean, our surface wasn't like we on 1000% smooth. So you can see a little bit of that, but I mean, not a deal breaker for me. It's also super glossy. So I'm pretty amazed of how much gloss stayed in it while it dried. So today we're gonna be doing the top coat and we'll look at it against the freshly finished black wall. But yeah, after walking across it, checking a couple spots, I would say we are 100% ready for top coat. So we're going with the like single stage, one step, ultra glazed top coat. It's kind of like the basic top coat that ArmorPoxy offers. They do have like a military grade top coat, but I think the regular one would be fine for us. This isn't, while I will be using the garage, I don't think I need a military grade top coat to, it's not like an automotive shop, you know what I mean? So where it's getting constant daily use and cars driven across it and whatnot. So with that, we're gonna get situated here. We're gonna prep the top coat. Basically, all we have to do with the top coat, it's 2 gallons. It should be, and I hope it's enough. I mean, that's how much they give us with the kit, so I trust them. But it's 2 gallons. We're probably just gonna cut in around the edges. We probably, with the top coat, we're not gonna go up on the wall like we did with the epoxy, but we're gonna cut in around the edge real quick, just so that we don't have to get super close with the rollers, and we make sure we get in there on the edges. So we'll lay the top coat down, but before that, we need to mix in the anti-slip aggregate, and we'll mix that in. And top coat, instead of being poured out like the epoxy was, top coat gets put into a roller tray. So we have 2 roller trays, and yeah, the kit came with 2 more rollers, 2 more brushes. So we'll slap on the fresh rollers and we'll get to work. We're gonna use the same process where we're gonna start in the back corner, work our way out, do the whole 3rd bay first, and then we'll both just pick a side on the 2-car bay and we'll knock our sides out. And my goal is to use all of those 2 gallons just so that we get the thickest possible coverage that we can with the top coat. So I'm gonna get situated here, get all of our tools out, and we're gonna get started on this. That way we can let it sit all day with the doors open before we head back up to our house. And then by the time we come back down here next weekend, we should be able to use the flooring. It should be ready to go. It takes, I think it was 3 to 5 days of drying time after the top coat. So we're gonna give it about a week until we're back here. And then we're gonna be putting the black V in. I might bring down the drift V, and then Morgan's gonna bring down her Audi, and we're gonna throw all of them in the garage for the time being. So let's get started. There it is. I mean, those spots are light glare, but top coat is done. Looks good. It definitely brought a little bit of the, maybe honestly, probably once it dries, it'll clear up, but I think it toned down the gloss a tiny bit, maybe more so the clarity, because we had that anti-slip aggregate in it, and by adding that in, you know, you get that little more gritty feel on the floor, but I'm really not trying to fall on my butt getting out of the car on a rainy day here. So overall, super happy with the result. We're gonna let this dry. Coming over here. And then by next weekend, we should be ready to rock and roll with filling this thing up with cars and starting to move things in. So with that, I'm gonna wrap up this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope it was helpful. Part 2 of basically building out my dream garage here. And for those of you that are considering ArmorPoxy, I have friends of mine, Kyle, Tyler, they both have used it. They love it. They've had it for multiple years now with no issues. So that's pretty much the reason why I went with this. And I think we're gonna end up with the same result basically. So I'm excited to finally get to use this garage. I hope this video was helpful. If you have any questions on the process, drop it below, I'll answer. And otherwise, thank you guys for watching. We'll see you in the next video. I don't know if it's gonna be a car video. I don't know if it's gonna be a house video. It's probably gonna be a car video because I really need to get working on the 3000 GT. So make sure you subscribe, make sure you hit that like button, drop a comment below, and I'll see you guys in the next one.